Hi, I'm Vicki Mitchell, Director of Cross Country and Track and Field at the University of Buffalo.
I am Cameron Bruce. I am a junior on the cross country team, and I am a mechanical engineering major.
I'm Derek Palafox. I'm a junior here, and I'm an economics major.
We just finished up the competition this past weekend down at the Paul Short Invitational at Lehigh University. Big invitational for us, over 40 teams competing on both the men's and women's side, and a lot of ranked teams, both nationally and regionally. Very strong performances for both teams. Women saw a lot of personal best times on the course, many improvements over our races there last year, and the men really had an outstanding performance, finishing 7th overall in a field of 40 teams and propelling themselves into regional rankings for this week, which was really exciting.
Coach, can you elaborate a bit on the performances this weekend, with the men finishing really strong and the women running well together?
Sure. Among the teams that we compete against, there are a lot from the Northeast region, which is going to be our primary region in another few weeks for competition. And when I look at the men's performances, which were led by Cam Bruce, they ran very well. They packed in a really tight 4, and then our 5, 6, 7 came in another tight pack, and that helped our scoring a lot. So they moved ahead of a number of teams that had been in front of us, including Canisius, which was exciting, a local hometown rival. That was a real good performance for him. On the women's side, Corinne Burchard continues to be our top front runner, and she ran nearly a minute faster than she did a year ago. So she's showing tremendous strides. And then again, we had another tight pack, finishing with our top 5 just over a minute apart, and then our number 6, 7, 8, 9 runners came in real close behind. So that's helping us with that tight pack. Still need a front runner on the women's side that's going to help boost up their overall placing, but right now the women are running well and running better than they have each week as we move forward.
Cam, your 3rd time racing at Paul Short, and you hit a career best 8K time. Can you tell us about the competition field and the challenges it presents when you're facing those regionally and nationally ranked teams?
There's a lot of good competition, a lot of really great nationally ranked runners. You have Mike Biwat, for example. He's just known as a fantastic super stud, I guess. You have guys from Adams State, Navy, Columbia, Harvard, Yale. When you're up running with those guys, you're just looking around and wow, this is just really cool that I'm running up here, and you're doing something right, and it really makes the race a lot easier to just go out and no, I'm going to run fast and I belong here, and it just makes you feel just really good, and you kind of almost forget about how fast you're running, and you're just I want to stay up with these guys just as long as I can, and just kind of, it's another motivational factor during the race, because personally 8K is just kind of a long time to run for, so you kind of just need every little help that you can get.
Very good. Derek, it was a cool, wet day. How do you think the conditions influenced the race?
I think the conditions were really good, and the rain didn't play too much of a factor. It was a little slippery, but we have spikes on, so it doesn't matter too much. There was a few spots that were wet, but other than that, I think it was a really good day, and the course was fast, so it was good.
As cross-country runners, do you prefer a cooler day to compete?
I like a cooler day. Last year, it was very hot at Paul Short, so we had a few guys go down, and it was tough. So today, this weekend was a lot better. So
yeah, it definitely makes it a little bit easier to breathe when you're running when it's a little bit cooler.
Coach, you were able to race almost your entire squads between the gold races and the open race. How important is it for you to gauge where your team is as you head into these last few meets?
Having the opportunity to be able to race our full squads at these meets is really valuable. A lot of our younger runners we still look at as developing. So we put them into that open race, give them that experience of the big time races, knowing that in another year they're going to be a top scoring athlete for us. So in terms of their long-term development, it's really critical. In terms of gauging where we are right now as a team, we do a couple of things. We can compare how we did individually with our times compared to last year, where we were placing in the field compared to last year. And then we can stack up against some of the other teams that we've now seen a couple of times during the course of the year and get some gauge on almost predicting where we think we can stack up in both the Mid-American Conference Championships in 4 weeks as well as our NCAA regional meet.
Cam and Derek, we're a couple weeks out from the Princeton Invite. The teams last year clocked a lot of season best times at that meet. Where do you think that puts you as you head into MAC competition in, I guess, 4 weeks now?
Princeton's a great race. It's personally my favorite race. It's just nice and flat and just really fast. So like being able to go out and just not have like any kind of hindrance of like hills or something, and you can just run as fast as you want. It just really gives you a lot of confidence going into like MACs, knowing like, okay, I can run this fast, I can keep up with those guys, and like that just because it's a conference championship race, it's probably going to be a little bit of a slower race. So you get that real fast race the 2 weeks before, and you're just like ready to roll for a conference meet.
It's also a good indicator for MACs, like the size of the field, and it prepares us well for MACs. So it's really good in that aspect, and I think it just gets us ready for MACs in the following weeks.
Coach, similar question. Can you preview the upcoming meet at Princeton as you head into the thick of your season?
Yes, just as the two men said, for us it is a good gauge as we head into the MAC championship. Size-wide with the field as well as competitiveness of the field. Be very similar to what we see 2 weeks later at the conference championships. I don't know all of the different teams that are lined up and scheduled to compete this year. Based in previous years, a lot of the Ivies send teams down there, and a lot of the East Coast teams will be there. So for us, it gives us another good kind of stacking up against the other teams. And just like Cam said, it's very flat. It's almost like a track with grass. So it is a fun place for the team to go race and get that confidence that they need about getting out fast and really being able to close strong. So we've had a lot of success the last 2 years going to the Princeton meet and setting us well for the MAC championships.
And finally, Coach, the women's squad snuck into the Northeast Regional rankings a couple weeks ago. The men entered the rankings yesterday.
Yes.
What does that mean for the program?
You know, recognition for the program, and that's big. I think it shows the hard work and the efforts of both the squads. It is also showing that we are getting stronger as we go. Last year we were not ranked teams at all, so the fact that we have squeaked into those rankings and look to continue to move up in those rankings throughout the season and down the road is great for us. And of course, it's nice for some of the high school students to be seeing, hey, the University of Buffalo is now a ranked team, and that's a program I want to be part of. So it certainly is a big bonus for us.
Very good. All right.
Cool.